Ah, you're here, Linus.
Hello, I'm here.
Great,
Great.
welcome.
Welcome.
Louise, it might be a good idea to mention that also for the spoken questions, even though it hasn't been a problem to not to ask too many questions.
Okay. Right. So, greetings, everybody, and welcome to the Hybrid Earth Alliance Club Room. So, if you're here with us live or listening to the replay, and wherever you are on this beautiful planet of ours, myself, Louise Benefield, and my co-hosts, Yahira and David, are very pleased to welcome you here into our bubble reality, where again this week we have the pleasure of hosting Linus, who channels his Sasani counterpart, who's a first contact specialist, who's coming forward at this accelerated time on our lovely planet at the moment to share his perspectives, his insights and tools that are aiding us in navigating to our preferred realities. He also works closely with the hybrid children and loves teaching quantum physics. I've just found out. So, Linus, welcome again, and thank you for coming and sharing this transmission. Interpret your dreams.
Hi, everybody, and thanks so much for having me here again. It's a pleasure, and I'm really happy to be able to do this channeling here on the Clubhouse, to be able to bring through this information from Rohaan, and so we can create the reality we prefer. So I will bring him through, as usual,
Lovely.
Thank you.
and be my another self for a moment.
Yes.
My parallel self, future self for a moment. Have fun.
Thank you.
Hello to you all, my friends. How are you doing?
Greetings, Rohan. Very, very excited for tonight's transmission, and very happy that you're here with us
I
again.
think I have a deja vu. I've been here before in this way. Or am I
Oh,
crazy? Or maybe I'm dreaming about this now. Can you
yes,
tell me if this is true for me?
maybe we are all dreaming.
Well, we are all dreaming a wonderful dream together.
Mm.
Are you going to do this sharing? Your
Yes, we love
greeting?
sharing.
All right.
From our hearts to your hearts, and all of our beautiful hybrid children, and all beings who are connected to the hybrid reality and who are connecting in with us right now, we radiate our unconditional love and the knowingness that through these connections we are strengthening and solidifying the bridge to our hybrid realities. We honor and celebrate this connection and invite you into our hearts.
We thank you for this invitation to allow us to share this particular vibration to you in this way, which will help you to be more of yourself and guide you on the path that you're walking in your reality. And also remember that you're all unique in the way that you are, and allow yourself to be the way you are in your reality so you can blossom out and be the unique you that you are. And we're helping you to do so in this way. We will now talk to you about how you can interpret your dreams. We understand, or I understand also myself individually, that you are interesting, curious to know more about your dreams, to find out what is happening when you go to sleep. I will now go into this and share to you about this. So, let's start from this. Some of you remember men of your dreams. Some of you don't do it so much, but you still are dreaming. But it depends in the way what you're able to remember when you wake up, depending on the frequency within yourself. Sometimes you don't need to remember something in your dream because in a way that you're already satisfied in the dream that you're having right now in your physical reality anyway. So let's now give an example. When you say that, oh, I woke up today wrong side of the bed. I have a very bad feeling. Something is wrong. Something is really wrong. What happened? Or you like this. You wake up and you feel like, oh, I feel like I'm standing on a mountaintop. That I can create whatever I wish to create. You have a good feeling. And that is great. But also understand when you are waking up, the dreams are talking to you through your feelings. That is how you will be able to know more about your dreams, is if you're listening more to the feelings of it. Let's say if you feel bad, if you have a negative feeling when you wake up, you may be wondering what's wrong. These do not have to mean that you are in a way a bad person. As many of you might think that, oh, I'm a failure. No, you're not. It means that something from the dreams, the reality is trying to help you and guide you. And to do so, you must go through a certain frequency level in yourself, in your physical dream reality, in order for you to let go of things within you, different kinds of chemical toxin belief system, if you will, so you can let them go. And the only way to let them go is to have a bad feeling. So you look into the feeling. Why do I feel like this about this? And you will know. You don't need to know exactly the small details about the dream and so on, but just that you understand the feeling and go into your own feeling about that. Because then you understand, oh, I feel this, maybe I should do something else in my life, or be more of myself to be able to express myself more in my reality. And you understood that in that way, and could also in that way let go of the feeling. If you have a positive feeling when you wake up, you feel like, oh, now I want to create something really, really great today. That is because you have an inspiration from your spirit, which is called inspired inspiration from spirit level in the way that you are. So this is some examples of that. And if you get some, let's say, symbols, for instance, you wonder, how can I interpret that? And also remember. You might go to people and ask them if they can interpret your dreams, but the fact is that only you can interpret your own dreams because it's your dreams. It may not make sense to someone else, and it do not have to, and it will not make sense for anybody else except yourself. Because dreams are you. They are your own feelings, your own symbols. So if you have something, you saw something in the dream and you're wondering, what was that all about? For example, you might feel that you are, let's say, being hunted in your dreams. Someone is running after you and you feel terrifying dreams, just to give it an example. And you wake up, why do I have this experience? This kind of symbol of this. What does it really mean by that? Something is bad. So something bad will happen to me in my reality. No, it won't. It reflects to you that you have a lot of fears within you, in your reality, a lot of fears, and are holding yourself back in your reality. You're afraid to let go of becoming more of yourself. So this gives you then the opportunity to know that you feel this feeling, you have this symbol, this experience in your dream, and then you can let go of that in your physical reality, in your physical dream, by becoming more of yourself, let go of the fear, and so on. And do not try to, in a way, to run away from the dream and say that, oh, it was a bad dream, I will forget about that. Pay attention to the symbol and feeling of that dream. So this is used in a way an example of some symbols, dreams you are going to have. If you, for instance, dream a lot about airplanes, helicopters, for example, and you wonder, why do I dream so much about airplanes and helicopters? What does that make for sense to me? Well, also understand that your physical mind, your ego, are in a way limited in a way that it cannot really translate everything that is happening in other realities, in other dimensions, and so on. But it will, in a way, translate to what it can closely find the resemblance in your physical reality. So airplanes, helicopter are in that way representations of spacecraft. So if you dream a lot about airplanes, helicopters, and so on, that means you have interactions a lot on board spaceships. And when you know that now, you can start to, so I have experience on spacecrafts. All right, then you can open up that more in yourself, the willingness to be able to know more about what is happening there. And then you will be able to tune in more to that too, and opening up the frequency of that. So also in the way, as the symbols also contains frequencies, if you will, doorways. And you can open up that symbol by the willingness to do so. I want to know more about my experience on board spacecraft. Then you're willing to know more about that, and you will have more dream experience that you will remember, and so on. And also to move on now to lucid dreaming. We understand that many of you are wondering, how can I become lucid, be awake in my dream state? This will happen to you naturally. We understand that many of you are forcing this upon you, that I want to be awake, I want to have a lucid dream experience right now. But also understand, the more you raise your frequency, the more you will be able to have lucid dreaming. Because in your reality, you have, again, limitations and so on, and you go to sleep and so on, and due to your body frequency, signature frequency, if it's not in the way, let's say, high enough, then you will not be able in the way to have lucid dream experience in that way, because you will not be high enough to be able to, let's say, unlock that within you. so to speak, to be able to have that. Because remember, to even if you go to sleep and let's say become the spirit that you are in that way, but to be lucid in a way, your body must also be on board on it in terms of the frequency level. So the more you follow your excitement to what you love to do and raise your frequency, and the higher you become, the more you will be awake in your dream state to have lucid dreaming. That is how we understood in our society, that when we in our evolution was raising ourselves high enough, we then understood that we were awake in our dreams and did not make the separation in terms of the dream reality and the physical reality of the dream, because in that way it was equal in terms of frequencies. So, what you also are doing more when you are dreaming, you're also having a lot of experiences too. Many of you actually in this way choose temporarily incarnations. Now you're wondering, what does that mean? Yes, for instance, in our society, we have in the way many spirits that choose to come for a short stay, to give you a time reference, if you will, maybe for a couple of minutes or up to a few hours. And many of you are incarnating as temporarily visitors in our civilization for a short time. And then when you wake up, well, you come back to this life that you're having here in terms of linear time. Because this is where you have your main focus. So this is what's happening. You are, in a way, as you are multidimensional beings, but you're also having all these incarnations. But here is what you have, your main focus from the soul perspective. And before we move on to the questions, how you can also start to make more sense of your dreams is also, let's say for instance here, you have a dream about a broken car. And you sit down and you write down on a piece of paper, broken car, and go into the feeling of it. What does it mean for you? You. And write down, oh, I feel in a way that this, I'm stuck in my life and so on, that this is something that's not working in my life and so on, and so on. And then say, what can I do about that? Oh, to look more deeply into myself. So create also your own understanding of the symbols from your dreams. Because your symbol as they are unique to you, and you can create your own understanding of it. Even if someone else have a different kinds of connotation to that, that's up to them. But you make your own. As you create your own reality, you even also create your own dreams. So, if you have a dream about a doctor, you can create that, well, this doctor, this symbol of this doctor is helping me to heal in my life here. And you create that, and at the same time as you creating that experience in your reality, that this dream represents this to you, then you will be able to take more out of that experience and benefit from that. So in that way you have the gift, if you will, the power to create the dreams, the meaning of them however you so wish. Because it is up to you in the way how the dreams should be about. But you think that the dreams in of itself has a built-in meaning, that this has a specific meaning, but you create the meaning in your dreams. And therefore, you will be able to create your dreams in your reality as well, as you create here your reality in this reality that you are that you understand it to be, you do the same also in the dreams. So think about this, and let's create your dreams however you wish. Understand there are many things happening too, many experiences, and it will take a long time to go through all of this. But this is just the main thing what is happening when you are dreaming, when you are in dreamland. Inspirations, a lot of interactions, and so on. So, if you have questions upon dreaming, we will be happy to answer that too. So now feel free, however you wish, to move on in this interaction with us in this way.
Thank you so much, Rohaan. So, Layla, if you could accept the invite, I believe you were the first asked to speak.
Accept the invitation.
And unmute yourself, please.
Oh, yes, thank you. Um,
Hello
Good
to you.
evening.
How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have a question, but it's not about a dream. It's about hybrid children, if it's okay.
By all means.
I was wondering if you could give us some explanation about how they are conceived, who is in charge of their design as a hybrid creation, who are the beings, medics that are taking care of them, which race they are from, and how would you describe their relationship with the hybrid children, please?
Yes, thank you. Well, the main caretakers is the fifth hybrid race, which is the Yael. Those are the ones that are taking care of the hybrid children. So the hybrid children are on board the Yael spacecrafts.
Mhm.
And the Yael will be in that way also the first hybrid species that you will interact with in an open contact way. So is that what you were asking?
Yes,
And also
and
even myself too are also helping the hybrid children too. And so the many hybrid species that are helping the hybrid children. Even
interesting.
also the fourth one too. So
And sorry,
yes, continue.
um, I was wondering how many generation of hybrid children is there actually? Where are we currently in the in the in, how long has been excuse me, I have difficulty to word my question, but basically how generation of hybrid children is there to this point?
That is a number I am not able to give at this moment because for some reasons too, in collaboration with the Yael, this particular generation in a way are not really able to, from our side, to be shared for some reasons. This will come more later on in as we also will delivering more through the information about the hybrids, the generation, because also understand what I can share about you as generations, it is also important to understand that this is going on for quite some time in that way in terms of time, but there are also more in things involved within the generations because not only is it only happening in your reality in the way that you understand your reality to be, but there are also other things happening in other realities in terms of that. You understand?
I understand that there is many things to be discovered about the subject, but it's fascinating, and I'm looking forward.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much.
Instead of timeline, as we call it, parallel line.
Mm.
Great. Thank you, Leila. So maybe we'll see if we can get Michael in to ask his question, and if not, we'll ask his question for him. There we go. If you could unmute yourself, Michael. We can't hear you. Can you try to speak up, Michael?
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Rohan. So nice to meet you this way.
Hello to
I wanted
you.
I wanted to ask, so I was guided to go to either twice by myself, but this time I'm there more like as a
Can you
company.
please repeat? Can you please repeat that from the beginning?
Yes, I was guided to take my family to Egypt this March throughout the equinox. And I was wondering, I'm looking for inspiration, what I could, let's say, invite my son, who is about 9 years old now, to do there. I know what I can do there with like adults. I have some experience with that, but working with children there is a completely new thing for me. So I'm basically looking for some inspiration, if you can share something.
Yes, we also understand that also you will be guided if you are following your excitement in this way, that you will find the inspiration within the excitement. And also that now you're looking to before you are there to, in a way, you're looking for this from a linear time that you want to know something before it's happening. But you have to understand that when you are in that place, then you will have all the inspiration that you need. If you need something now, well, then you will get it now. But if you need it then, when you're in that place, in Egypt, so to speak, then you will get that inspiration when you're there. Because
Yeah.
it's all about your own state of being in terms of that.
Okay, well, basically that was my strategy and my plan because, yeah, it's kind of to follow the formula.
Yeah, you
And
have to
then,
trust. You have to trust the way your life unfolds and trust that whatever that needs to happen will happen. And if you don't have now the inspiration now to do something about the kids like that, you don't need to know it now.
right,
But when you are there, you may need to know it. So then you will know it there. And if you do not know it there, then you don't need to know it there too. So this is the crucial point for many of you to be in this state where you fully trust your life the way it unfolds. And in the way you, of course, we understand you're planning your life in the way, but plan your life to know things when you need to know it, not in a way plan, in a way to make it work. Plan yourself that you are planning yourself to know this when you need to know it. You understand?
right. And is it like a not a good idea to ask for inspiration from other people, what they would do and so on?
Yes, you can, because this is also a part of you. Because remember that when you ask other people for inspiration or the different kinds of ideas, it's still you asking yourself, but it comes through other people in terms of how you have designed your reality to be. So if you feel like inspired to talk to other people to be inspired, well, go ahead and do that, because it's also in the way to first be inspired about something else, then you will have also the inspiration with what you really are asking for. But you have to go through your life in terms of frequencies on and on and on and on, because information will be delivered to you in frequencies levels, so to speak. So if you in a way need inspiration for do something with the kids, as you said, then you maybe need to go through another way, through other inspirational, to ask other people so they can give you inspiration in that way, so you can have even higher inspiration in that way. But you have to go through in a way in terms of what is needed for you in your theme. Does it make some sense for you?
It absolutely does. I'm trying to reconcile, like, it is okay to ask people for inspiration, but when I ask, let's say, the beings, then the answer is figure it out by yourself.
Yes, because that's also what is involved in that you created in yourself, is that a lot of information that is embedded within that particular meaning that you created yourself. And if you just
Mm.
know that you created yourself in whatever form that is necessary for that, in a way that's up to you and up to the reality that you have chosen to explore.
Okay. I feel like I'm still missing something. Like, didn't I create this opportunity for this interaction as well?
What do you mean that you're missing something? What are you
Uh, I,
missing?
I'm trying to understand when it is basically okay to go and communicate with any other being, right? Not just human or not just that,
Yes,
and
sure,
let it be
it's up to
okay.
you. Yes. So what
Anyway,
is the missing part there? Do you feel that you cannot do it? Or
um, I guess my confusion is with the answers that it is okay to ask people, but it is not okay to ask the higher beings. If that makes sense, that's how I usually interpret
yeah, but you
the
have
idea.
to rewind that, because remember that too, there is no difference in the way if you ask people in the way or beings, because if you're making this particular definition that it's difficult to ask beings, well, then you will have this reflection back to you, because that is how you then create that experience for you. Because remember, you're creating the information in the way that you have put out there, and the beings in the way are reflecting that back to you. If you believe and feel that you are worthy to have guidance in a way from the beings, you will have whatever guidance that you need, because the guidance in the way are up to you. Because if you have a definition there, you are simply blocking the fully information from them.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, what I'm sort of still confused about is what is the role of the communities then, because that's what we are going to, right? Like unity consciousness, collaboration, co-creation, and those kinds of things.
Yes.
But in the end, I keep getting kind of a lot of responses that no, you have to figure it out by yourself, by your own state of being.
Yeah, but this is simply to be a part of the community, is to understand that you are unified in yourself and with all the beings, and that you create your reality in yourself. Because that's the power of being who you are in creation, is to know that you create your life in the way that you need it to be. So that's why it's not so complicated than that to have this reflection back to you. Please understand, if you have this reflection from those beings, which is really in that way empowering, because it reflects to you that you are responsible in your reality, that you have all the responsibility in your reality to create your reality.
Okay, so if I just sum it up, basically just follow the formula and
Yes,
trust the
because remember,
process.
we have shared this many times. That's the essence in your life, is to follow the formula. Because
Yeah.
it's not in a way something that is happening. It will guide you in life. It will bring what you need in life all the time. It does it all the time anyway, but you will see more of that. You will be more in the flow of that in your reality. You will follow the stream. You will trust the life, the way that your life unfolds. And you don't need to wondering, why am I right, or is something bad happening, or will this happening, or will I find the inspiration? You know that, well, I will need to know, I need to know, I need to know it, and it will bring you whatever needs to bring you, will need to bring you. And if you can be in that state, you are okay. So relax and trust.
Okay, I will do. Thank
All right,
you.
good luck with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mikhail. So, James, I believe you're up next.
Hello, yes, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so speaking of dreams, I had a pretty vivid dream last night that Sanat Kumara, who is the head of the Great White Brotherhood, he told me to ask you, what can you tell us about the Great White Brotherhood that is relevant to our current timeline?
About what? It
The
didn't
Great White
translate.
Brotherhood. So the Great White Brotherhood is a group of ascended masters.
Yes. Well, what do you want to know about them?
Oh, so I had a dream last night that Sanat Kumara, he asked me to tell you, or ask you, what can you tell us about them that is relevant to us in our current timeline?
Well, simply in the way that is, you can say that is the main thing from that particular group of ascended masters in the way. Please understand too when it comes to this ascended master, in a way it's a little bit inaccurate in the way that they really in the sense that they're not really ascend master in the way, but it comes through that in your language. But they're not really ascend master in the way. They're simply other beings that have these kinds of reflection in the way, and it comes through you in your reality that they have ascend. But simply they are a group in the way they are guiding humanity to realize that you are on a path of exploration because themselves has been on the path themselves too and have transformed a lot of energies, what you will say a lot of negative energies into positiveness, and in the way they're helping you on that particular path. But many of you have interpreted them to be some masters in terms of that, but they are just simply beings that has been able to transform a lot of negativity into positive.
And are some of them incarnated on this earth right now and walking this earth as we speak?
Not in the way that you mean it, no. They're not physical incarnated in the way they are more present with you in your dream state reality.
Okay. Is there a feminine version of the Great White Brotherhood? Because I like to call them the several sisters of the
Yes, here's the
crystal.
thing, you can have whatever experience, whatever version of them that you in a way require, because within their particular state of reference they have come to a point, if you will, if you look at it in this way, from the evolutionary that they have ascend, if you will, in a way, they are in a particular vibration in this quantum particular field, if you will, if you look into higher than that they're able to express themselves masculine and also feminine. Because in that state, you can express many different kinds of aspects in that. So if you need a feminine version of them, you will get that. Some of them may need more more a masculine in that way will get that. So that's also you can say from a higher level, they're not really bound to a masculine or a feminine energy in that way. They can be interpreted in many ways because they're not bound in space and time in a particular way. Does that make some sense for you?
Yes, yes, it does. I've also heard that the Divine Father cannot come into this world directly. Why is this?
Divine, what do you mean with divine father cannot come in your reality?
Um,
There's nothing that is not welcome in the way to in your reality.
it's,
It depends.
so,
A lot of these things has been a little bit misinterpreted in the way that things is not allowed to come in the way by many of your particular belief systems in the way, but nothing is in that way is unwelcome. There are more that they people interpret different energies from that particular vibration dimension.
so I've heard that the Divine Mother has come into this world many times, but the Divine Father has not come directly, and he's only come through his sons. So was Jesus the most recently known vessel of the Divine Father?
Well, simply to understand, the basic of all this is just a lot of misinterpretation. They were all, in the way, a lot of experience in themselves how to live their life as fully and how to create their reality in whatever form they really want it to be. So it's just simply in that way. It's not so much in that specifically in that way that you refer it to be. It's a lot of have filtered through a lot of religion belief systems that can come, they've been many times, so on there. But we're just simply human if you're referring to Jesus in that way. but you're referring to an energy temple reality, so to speak, that is bringing the energy through into your reality, and many people are then able to interpret that into their own belief systems. But the beings themselves referring to, they were using the beings, they were able to channel the energy through. Does it make some sense for you?
Yes, yes. And
All right.
so this may be related to Mikhail's first question about Egypt.
All right.
I've also had a calling to Egypt ever since I found out about the Halls of Records, which Edgar Casey mentioned. What is actually hidden under the left paw of the Sphinx in Egypt?
What we are allowed to share about that at this specific time, there are records of your history that has been wiped out. That is what we are allowed to share only at this time. But there are more things there too that you will find out. But this is what we can tell you now. Yeah,
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Thank you, James. So I think, Kim, you're up next. Please unmute yourself. Kim Trin, if you would unmute yourself. All right, Kim's hopped out. So let me throw in a question then about a quick question about. You were talking about how symbols are things that we create ourselves in our dreams, and that they're personal to each one of us. But sometimes you see that people seem to have a common idea of what a particular symbol means in dreams. So is there also a collective, how much does the collective reality and the collective we're in affect the symbols which appear in our dreams?
All right, thank you. Well, it can also be part of the collective symbol as well, in the way that people can have similar understanding of one symbol. It depends in a way in terms of the collective, but also it can be similar and also, as I mentioned, be very unique in that way. But some symbol needs in a way to be, let's say, a little bit common, so you can in a way make sense and understand that you're not like going crazy. So that's why you have chosen in your collective to have certain symbols that have the same kind of connotation to it. Not all, but some basic, so to speak. So it will make sense for you all, therefore.
All right, thank you very much for that. That makes a lot of sense. Let's see, Kim is back, and we also have Jorge. Let's try Kim now. Kim, can you speak? And then we'll go to Jorge
Hello,
after.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great,
Hello to
thank you.
you.
Hi, Rohan, nice to speak to you.
To you as well.
I was wondering, is it easier for dogs to see extraterrestrial beings or spirits than humans?
Yes, well, a lot of your animals are just in the way don't have the limitations that is blocking, if you will, to higher dimensional plane. So yes, dogs can perceive more what you can perceive because they have not really put so much in the filter within themselves. They're blocking that as limitations. And that's why also when you have dog in itself also are guiding you in the way to be more able to perceive into all the dimensions. That's why when
Okay.
you're having a pet, for instance, or a pet is actually petting you, but you think you're petting them, but they are petting you in order to be able to perceive into other dimensions.
Okay, because my dog, sometimes he barks at things, but there's nothing there. But I'm wondering if he's seeing something that,
Yeah,
I'm not
and
seeing.
here is the good opportunity for you when the dog is barking the way, and you don't know, you wonder what is he barking at. Then you can tune yourself by focus into the same direction as your dog, because then you will be able to perceive a little bit more, depends, but you will be able to tune in to the same dimension that your dog is then having an interaction with, so to speak. and the white dog is barking, it is also to give your attention that you need to look into that direction. There's something going on there for you. That's why it's barking, to have your attention.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that's what
And,
also barking means in of itself. It is used to an attention speaker.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does very
All
much.
right.
And also, I have my youngest daughter. I have 4 children. My youngest daughter is 24, but she was born with cerebral palsy, and she still have a very childlike behavior, and she has a lot of imaginary friends. I wonder if any of those friends are hybrids.
Yes, but also please understand, this is also you having a lot of an opportunity with your daughter in this way to, because the reason why she's still behaving like that, if you're gonna look in this way, is to help you to be able to perceive into the other realities, where into your own hybrid children, into the other extraterrestrial beings and so on. And then that's why she had chosen that theme, so she can guide you in this way. And as
And
you
so,
have come, and as you understand the guidance that she don't need to guide you in that way any longer, then you will understand that she will come more back to used to use your word, more centrist state, where she will not be able to be that childless in that way. But as long as you don't really are continuing in the path where she's guiding you, then she will still continue to be that way. Does that make some sense?
okay, so it means she'll outgrow this childlike behavior once I learn from her?
Yes,
Or?
when you have become your own inner child in a balanced way, where she don't need to guide you into that direction, into the other dimension where you can perceive other beings. So that's why she had chosen that theme here to help you.
Oh. And so my other children, they are not connected with the hybrid. My other children don't have this challenge.
No, but they are connected as well, but they're only one that is necessarily for you to have the kind of behavior. But your whole family is connected in that way, yes. And your daughter have chosen that particular strong theme to be this expressive to you in this way.
It's funny because my other children who don't have this challenge think I'm crazy to believe in extraterrestrials.
Well, thank you. But you can tell them that you're not crazy because you're talking to one right now.
Yes, I believe it, but my other children who are not challenged don't believe in
Here,
extraterrestrials.
here you have this interesting reflection in your reality, and we're happy that once for all we have come to this particular discussion in this way, because as we have told many of you throughout all those years, that your children is actually helping you to be more of yourself. They are actually more open in that way. I'm not talking now about your daughter in the way that's is helping you. I'm talking about your other kids, that they think you are crazy, that you are they're not believing in extraterrestrials.
Yes.
And people might think now, but they maybe should, because they are kids and they are more open to this and they don't have forgotten all of this. But here is the thing: when you have come to a point where you have this paradoxically experience, as we refer to as the paradoxically family experience, which means that you will be the one that actually help them to wake up. You
Okay.
understand?
Yes.
But your daughter is helping you, and then you're helping the other kids. So it goes around in a dancing way around, as you have
Okay.
this funny experiential experience in your family.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
your daughter in this way is that unique to help you in that way, and your other kids are more asleep, if you will. And then when you become more and more of yourself, then you will help them wake up.
Okay.
So in that way, it's different than most people are used to experience.
Yes. So I think
So
that,
you will
yeah.
be the child yourself to your own children in a positive way. I'm not saying that you will be childish, but I'm saying that you will be your own inner child, so you can awaken their inner child in that way.
Okay. So I guess the main teaching of my youngest daughter is to be more childlike in our life.
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kim. So Jorge, if you would unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Hello to you.
Thank you so much. I actually never expected this to happen, so I'm kind of nervous. Well,
Oh, I'm also full of nerves all the time. And you're also full of nerves, so we have something in common. Thank you.
yeah, we have a lot in common, I think. Well,
Yes.
my question is that I've been diagnosed with epilepsy since I don't remember, like 20 years. And I never had a seizure or some or like the typical epilepsy, but I had different so-called spiritual experiences, and at the same time shifts of mood and the perception, and it's been really challenging for me because I'm really hypersensitive to the things, and I get easily imbalanced. And one of the things that I'm really struggling with is with sleeping, because I was away for 4 days in a row, and then I had to go to the hospital to take medicines and stuff. And I've been taking medicine to try to stay more stable and to sleep, because I'm not able to sleep without a pill. So I don't know why could that be? What will be the main reason of that?
All right, one moment.
Thank you.
We will first go into the physical aspect of it.
Hmm.
That if you are able to do in your reality a clear detoxification of your
Hmm.
system, because what you are experiencing in your body in this way are different kinds of pathogens.
Hmm.
You have, in the sense, a lot of heavy metals within you, and
Okay.
that is causing the physiological aspect of your symptoms. It's causing you to not be able to sleep because it has, in a way, in your neurological system, you have this blockage there with the wires in the way that are blocking the communication between nerves. And
Hmm.
if you have this blockage there in your neurological system, it will not enhance a full balance within your body and causing resistance and not able to sleep and relax because they are tense and stressed out. And also in this way with your, that's why you have also this epilepsy.
Hmm.
It stands from the neurological issue you're having. So if you are able in your reality to detoxify yourself and let your cells repair and let your neurological balance itself, you will be able to heal from epilepsy, heal from also all the physiological issue you're having.
Yes, because I'm having different things, and the detox could be like just because I cannot like release all the meds from all of a sudden, because it will be like really
Yeah.
shocking for my
Don't
body.
don't do that. Do piece by piece. Listen to your body. Start to do a
Hmm.
detoxification, so somehow we can start to the cleaning process, and you can let go of all the virus in the way that you have in your body, and one is in that way the all the negative experience you're having with that. So you can clean your body, remove all the toxins that are causing symptoms, and drink a lot of water too, so you'll be able to flush out all these toxins throughout your system. And before you can do also, as you're doing the detoxification, be also able to do more of meditations. When you're in the bed, you can meditate upon a light dot. You close your eyes and you're in black space, and in this black space you're seeing a light dot, pure white dot. This is the light that will be able to transform in the mental state, the mental stress, the mental anxiety. It will detoxify your mind, so to speak, and relax your system, your neurological system, and you will fall asleep while you are focused upon this light dot. And then when you go to sleep in this way, this energy of its light will be more able to heal you throughout your night. And you'll be able to sleep better, of course.
Okay. Can I do another question related to this?
Yes.
Well, since ever, I had difficulty with visualization. It's like I cannot control what do I have in my mind in terms of the images. It's like, for example, if I want to raise two sphere, it's like I cannot control it. And something like moves by itself, and I cannot control it. What would be that? That I mean, it could be the same reason.
This is the same reason to your neurological system in due to the issue with the visualization. It's because your mind is stressed. You have a lot of stress in your mind, and therefore you're not really allowing the visualization to be smooth. You are distracted. So what you can start to do is to practice that. Still do that,
Okay.
even if you find out that is a challenge for you, but also
Hmm.
start to breathe, deep breathing while you are trying to visualize.
Okay.
And as you do more of this visualization, you will be able to also, let's say, upgrade your energy system. And when you're able to upgrade your energy system, you will also let go of the stress that is causing the blockage within your visualization.
All right. So I'm very, although it's like the stress in my being is created the pathogens and all the stuff,
All
right?
right. I have one thing for you here from one of your guides. One moment.
Mhm. Okay.
All right. There is a specific guide, if you will,
Hmm.
or if you want to look at it in that way as well, from a future point of view, a future self,
Okay.
but it's not in a way as an extraterrestrial.
Hmm.
It is from a parallel Earth, what you will refer
Okay.
to as a future Earth,
Hmm.
approximately 100 in your future, if you look at it in that way. And it's a specific helping you while you're sleeping, and will do so more. It will be able to do it in a way more easily if you are aware of this, because then you will open up more of that particular healing vibration, so to speak.
Hmm.
But it's that particular doctor, if you will, as yourself are in that reality, are working with different kinds of nanotechnology, using nano energy particles that will are very, very small, that will help you in the way as an energy level to let go in your biofield some blockage in the way, was those nanos in the way particles will have to also in the way to let go of the imbalance in your biofield that you have had for quite some time. So now
Wow,
when
this
you're
is great.
aware of this now, you'll be able to open up this particular awareness. So
Hmm.
see how this goes. But you will, of course, be able to, if you follow this particular path, you will be able to let go of this and be able to experience healing in the way that you so desire.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is really exciting. It really, really, really. Wow, this is great. Thank
Yeah,
you so
you will be
much.
fine. You will be fine. That's why you attracted this into your reality of this guidance. You understand that you can be fine and you will be fine.
Okay, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. We thank you.
Thank you, Jorge.
At this moment now, what is your time?
We're 1 hour into the transmission.
All right. So we will say at this particular time that we are happy to be able to answer your questions in this way. At this time now, we will move on into our reality, and you move on into your reality, and we extend to your our love to you and all the wealth to you in this way.
Thank you, Rohan, for a beautiful transmission.
Thank you so much.
All right, we thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello. That was great. That was
Welcome back.
great, and there was lots of similarities for me. I was like laughing when Rohan was well, just like our conversation before we came on. Rohan mentioned aeroplanes and helicopters, which I was just laughing because I just did a post. I just did a post in Bashar about it this week, and so then I'd written some questions out as well, but I'll probably be doing a one-on-one with you, I think. So it was then tying in with some questions as well. I'll just say it now that I was wanted him to talk about the effects and the experiences of being lucid in physical reality, because my experience that I was having with aeroplanes, we were doing Bashar had given us permission slip to imagine the craft through a window. So I was doing it at work outside because I'm working outside at the moment, and from then on, I just started like waving to all the airplanes that were coming over, and then I noticed over the few days that I was getting more airplanes, more helicopters, and I had a helicopter who went into the field where we did this meditation visualization of the tic tacs that the hybrid children are in, that descending into a field just next to where I was working. So I had a helicopter who went into that field, and it was there for like 20 minutes, and I was like, what's going on? And then the day that I posted about that, it happened exactly the same, but I was in a different field, and I was like, oh my god, this is like it, and then I'd asked this question, and then Rohan had talked about aeroplanes and helicopters, and and craft, and people seeing them as craft, and I was like, oh god. So yeah, there's a few more, but we can go over that another time. But yeah, it was a great transmission, and some exciting little things in there, especially when he mentioned about us, which obviously, I've just like underlined it because I really resonated with it. Saying that we go to Esasani just maybe for like a couple of minutes.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so that, and I was like,
I don't remember
yes.
that, so yeah.
Yes. And I think Aaron, you're still in, yeah, he's still in the lounge, but Aaron, he gets lots of visualizations of places, so I think he'll be very interested in that that thing that Rohan said. So yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, that, yeah.
Yeah,
I have
Venus,
to listen back to it.
I just want to thank you so much because I know this helps so many people. Just I loved Jorge how he just expressed it, and if anybody wants to donate to Linus, he has his PayPal on his profile, and he also does one-on-one sessions if you like to book a session with him. and that can be like a thankful because he's doing this, from his free time, sharing with all of us, and I think a demonstration of love in that way is always, always welcome.
Yeah, this is always welcome, and yeah, and I love to do this. This is my highest excitement, to do channeling this way, and because it's helping people. I see it helping people. People get the help, positive effect, and that's the one thing that matters for me, that people are happy with this.
And Martha, I'm sorry, you almost got close to asking Rohan a question, but next time, like, he'll be here, and don't worry, we'll get to you. Okay.
No worries, guys.
Yeah, so that was wonderful. I also want to say that I thought the whole session was amazing, and a lot of areas covered, and thoroughly enriching. And I feel like the energy vibrations are so high at the moment. It's quite amazing. So.
Yeah, it is, and especially before I was going to the challenge state, I felt like my whole body was like tingling with the energies, and sometimes they happen. Sometimes it's happened not that all the time when I'm doing channeling that it started tingling, but sometimes it's much more tingling, and yeah, it's like, so I think that maybe this particular information, this transmission was kind of like very high in the frequency.
Oh my God, tingling. I shake with
Oh,
you, with whomever's channeling. I can just feel in my body there's a current of
oh,
energy. It's crazy. I love it, but it's sometimes I can't help it to not be distracted by it because I don't really know what to do. I don't know what's happening in my body, but I feel the current of energy so strong. And I guess it's doing its own work that I have no idea of, but just the interaction with beings of this kind is beautiful and amazing for me.
yeah. And that also, when when I'm channeling, Rohan, it's like, for me, I really feel exactly his kind of like a personality, his thought process, and feelings that he has, and so it's like I'm becoming, him for a moment, and that way my whole body is like in this energy field. It's like we're amazing.
Yes, it's such a beautiful process, isn't it? Just being around. It's like I can feel the energy in the bubble now, and I agree with Yahira that when you're in these situations and you're just it's like Rohan's talking directly to me, and that's why I was just like I was laughing, and so he's like he knows who's here, and he knows that we're connecting with him, and I've been connecting with him, when we're not doing these sessions, and yeah, his energy is just it's so calming, it's so relaxing, and it gives you that sort of calming and relaxing feeling and knowing. So yeah, it's very helpful to a lot of people, and we're very appreciative.
Yeah, he's like this kind of like, I get the interpretation that Rohan, he's like this old wise man, that he's center, he's calm in a way, and yeah, so
And through the people asking questions, I can see myself in all of them. Like, there is none of them that I don't feel does not relate to me. And for example, I can talk about Kim when she was talking about her kids. She has 4 kids, I have 4 kids, and I'm going through the same kind of situation she's going, and I just get like the mirror reflected back. I'm like, oh my God, this is me. It's all me.
asynchronous. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it was great channeling, and I don't, I remember some fragments of the session, but I don't remember everything, so I have to listen to the replay again.
So, Linus, do you integrate a transmission before it's done? So you must be like in connection with it already, and it's just coming through you, isn't it? And so how do you use that in your everyday life?
You mean that after I've been channeling and the information that comes through? You mean?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Here's this is what happens because I'm doing the channeling, and even though if I maybe not let's say I not remember what comes through, but still I have so a lot of I get a lot of downloads myself in my life, and also I know I'm just living through my life in the way that for me, it's just a feeling, I don't really go on wondering now how to do about this, am I really full of my excitement in this way? I'm just feeling this because the energy of the society is within me like all the time, and I just like living my life, and I'm doing it automatically in the way, and if I need to know something, I know it, so I'm just like living like that more and more and more, so I'm not like actually like thinking like or asking him on my own telepathically, am I doing the right thing here? No, it's just for me that we're natural for me now in within me.
What has
Yes,
become natural for me is following the formula. That's the answer to any question, any and all questions. Like, follow the formula. If I get out of alignment, follow the formula. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's all included. Like, you don't have to think anything. You just go with your heart. Your heart is guiding you. And when my
Exactly.
mind gets in that way, that's when I get in trouble. But if I just, for example, I'm just going to say something very quick. My kids were going to distancing because they're experiencing me, just like Kim said, oh, she's the crazy one, right? So I was trying to force the connection, and I'm like, I realized we can't connect in the way I think it should be. I have to allow it. And when I'm just like relaxing into it, they approach me to where I'm at. I don't have to go meet them where they can't see me. They by themselves come to me. So I just have to be patient and focused and just doing the things that I love. And I'm completely, absolutely following the formula. I'm sticking to it like religiously, and it works. So for those that are struggling, get to a place of relaxation where you can see what's your next step from your heart, not from your mind. Like, go download, if you don't know the formula, go research what the formula we're talking about, and life is so much easier. It becomes easier. I went through so much darkness, so much crazy things that I don't even remember. But it was so hard. But now it's so easy. I'm like, oh my God, who is she? That woman doesn't even exist anymore. Like, the new me that was born is so completely different. And that's what I want to convey to everybody who's struggling. It gets easier. Follow your heart, follow the formula. These teachings work. Like, they work.
It truly works. It really works, And today, for one thing, what I really take this into account that today, because I woke up today, I was today free from work, so I mean, I woke up, I saw 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 13, 33, and so on throughout the whole day. It was so completely, and I knew that, okay, this is who I am, I'm on my right path, and I just instinctively knew that.
yes, it's definitely about embodying. Well, it's not even something that you have to do. It just happens, doesn't it? You get to this stage, and sometimes you're saying something. It's like, did Bashar say this? Did whoever? And then it's like, well, it's the Sasani in me who's actually saying it. So and I think it does happen with your unfolding and allowing yourself to unfold in perfect timing, and to be able to do that is to relax and you know, as you said, Linus, feeling is so important because it comes from us, and to be able to feel whatever's going on, then we're just aware of it, and it's not anything bad. And then we just like regulate ourselves. But the more you do it, you don't actually need to do it, because it is just like a normal feeling, and you know, your
Yeah, just like
normal
a
state of
knowing.
being.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I like that also, that you know, sometimes we may want to, you know, find like the more, go with the words maybe, but I think the feeling is more important, because it's the feeling like, I think like, you know, I think that they guide us, you know, more, you know.
Yeah, your emotions are there to guide you. They're so strong, right? So that's the truth.
And the awareness of
Yes.
the synchronicities, it's just insane. I'm having so much fun just being aware of all the synchronicities that led me to this, to this, to that. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like watching a movie, like literally watching a movie unfold. And I'm just enjoying truly.
And it's your personal movie. It's so amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So I guess it's time for us perhaps to wind up a bit. Louise, if you have a closing or something.
No, just like to say to Linus again, I appreciate you so much, and I'm sure everybody else does, because when you actually start getting into those states, you know that it has taken a lot of like work to get to that state. So
Oh yeah,
you know, yeah, it does,
a lot of
because
practice,
a
a lot
lot
of
of
practice
practice.
to
Yeah.
let go, because used before we went up, but you know, it's like, imagine yourself like you are floating, you know, in a river, and then the stream start to come up, and you're still floating, and you said, well, I cannot trust her, I need to know that I'm not hitting a rock or something like that. And but for me, same with channeling, that you have to trust the stream, you know, and let go, and believe that it, you know, will unfold in the ways it needs to. So yeah, that's like what I can tell about.
Yes, so thank you very much, everybody, and everybody who came up to ask questions, everyone who's been listening in, and everyone who's going to listen to the replay, because sessions like this, whenever it's in the moment, so whenever you come back to listen to it, you're still experiencing it at that moment. So you know, everybody that can come on and listen again, they can feel the energy and be part of it, which is lovely.
Yes, yes.
So, my love to all and each of you here. Thank you for co creating this beautiful space that without you it wouldn't be the same. So, thank you. Thank you, Luis. Thank you, David, Linus, everybody here. I love you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you all so much. All right.
Thank you, and we'll say goodbye for now.
Bye bye.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.